You're watching Oilers Nation Radio.
Hey. Yeah, it is about time for a new intro. And I feel like as a broadcaster, I've grown a lot since recording that first one. I've done a lot of commercial reads for this strip club in Red Deer. It's called the Gents Club, Red Deer's adult playground. Open 7 days a week. No, wait. Open till 3 a.m., 7 nights a week. All right, here we go. This is Oilers Nation Radio, your one-stop shop for everything Oilers. This is Oilers Nation Radio, your one-stop shop for everything Oilers. 1 hour straight hockey talk with Bagged Milk, Tyler, Liam, Rick, and Dan starts now. 1 hour of straight hockey talk with Bagged Milk, Tyler, Liam, Rick, and Dan starts now. 1 hour of straight hockey talk with Bagged Milk, Tyler, Liam, Rick, and Dan starts now. You're listening to Oilers Nation Radio, a member of the Nation Network of Podcasts. You're listening to Oilers Nation Radio, a member of the Nation Network of Podcasts. Thanks for listening to Oilers Nation Radio. If you enjoyed the podcast, go check out our video content on the Oilers Nation YouTube channel. Thanks for listening to Oilers Nation Radio. If you enjoyed the podcast, go check out our video content on the Oilers Nation YouTube channel. Thanks for listening to Oilers Nation Radio. If you enjoyed the podcast, go check out our video content on the Oilers Nation YouTube channel. All right, that was easy. Let me know if you need anything recorded in the future, or if you absolutely hated all of those. I could always voice it differently. Just let me know. No hard feelings. I have the system right here at home. Don't hesitate to ask. Even if it has to be one of your listeners that reminds me that something needs to be done. No problem. Okay, I love you guys so much. Goilers.
There you go. Fresh intro.
Were we supposed to edit that?
Oh,
No.
we weren't supposed to play the raw file?
Yeah, we were just supposed to just run the whole thing in.
She's very good at keeping her voice at like a maxed out level.
Yeah, she edited that. That was nice.
That was really nice. I think we leave the strip club part in.
100%.
I didn't know that's what it was.
Yeah, you didn't know it was a minute and a half of just Lisa talking a bunch of times?
I truly did not.
Little look behind the scenes at how voiceover work is done.
Oh, there you go, folks. If you're looking to get into the industry,
Yep.
let Lisa Evans know.
You don't say all your podcast lines in a row 3 times? Wait, sorry. You don't say all your podcast lines in a row 3 times? No, wait. You don't say all 3 podcast lines in a row?
That was good.
And
That was good.
Thank
We
you,
will
Lisa.
edit it now.
Well, we're going to edit it. We just thought it would be funny if we played the whole thing start to finish because we've been talking about a new intro for this podcast for like 2 years now.
Yep. And we finally got it. So shout out to Lisa. She's great.
She's the best.
Tiger and thank her for this.
Yep. Tag her and thank her. And maybe don't tell her we played the entire raw file where she talks about voicing over stuff for a strip club.
She might be able to get you into that strip club, maybe get you a free drink or something.
Oh,
drop
no
her
line,
name
no
at the door.
cover.
Yeah, try
Yeah.
the name of the door.
Just tell her the episode number you heard it on.
Shout out to Lisa. Ryder and Lisa play 107 mornings.
They're great. They're the
think-
best.
No, play.
What episode
I
number
said
are
that-
we on
I said the
anyways?
wrong call letters too. Jesus.
What did you say?
Power
107.1.
92.5.
You said play what?
Play 107.
Yeah,
Is it
play
play
107.
Yeah,
Oh, I nailed that?
107.1.
Oh, it is play 107. Yeah.
Yeah. They play Edmonton's best
nailed
music.
it. I nailed it.
Only because they got in trouble for using Power 97.
yeah.
Hey,
We
now
don't talk about
That was like
Hey, now.
one weekend.
All right, I am hosting today's show, so giddy up for this. Gonna do things in a hair of a different order, just because I have a really good, delicious debate for us to get into, but it kind of comes on the heels of talking about that game against Nashville. It was a good win for the Oily boys. It was honestly, weirdly enough, first game without McDavid, maybe the most dominant they've looked all season, as they gave up the 1 goal 5 minutes in to Philip Forsberg, and then basically from that point on just steamrolled them. But just quickly around the horn, a couple of big things from that game. No McDavid, and Leon Draisaitl says, I got you guys. Hop on, boys. That was unbelievable.
He went into warlord mode yesterday.
Yeah, and that line with Arvidsson, Podkolzin, and Draisaitl was really, really, really good. Not having Connor McDavid is easier when Leon's on that kind of a zone.
Yeah, they just kept playing forward. They're playing on their toes. There was no little fancy drops here and there. They just kept cycling everything towards the net. And that's when you're not finding your offensive game, do the simple things. Put the puck towards the net. Everybody go to the net. You'll find a goal like the very first goal. It was just putting the puck towards the net. Simple.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen the Edmonton Oilers be on the right side of that start of a game moment since I can't remember. So
That
that
was
was just
definitely in the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
but that was Nashville
happened
Predators
last year,
standing
so.
around and the Edmonton Oilers playing hockey.
Like they scored 35 seconds in, and I think that was their fourth good scoring chance of that shift.
Well, what was the thing that Jack said that they had been scored on first 7 of 10 times?
Yikes.
So to get one from Arvidsson too on the board,
Yep.
Love to see
Podkolzin, Arvidsson, Draisaitl,
great line.
run with it.
Yeah,
They're good.
they were.
They kind of have guys that can do a little bit of everything on there. Like they're good defensively, they work hard, and they're like obviously all offensively skilled. So
Tenacious.
they are, yeah. So that was great to see just that top line come out and just punch Nashville in the mouth right off the jump. Another thing that speaking of punching in the mouth, Hockey Fights Dan. The Oilers are 5-0 when they fight, 0-5-1 when they don't. Makes you think.
It really does.
There's going to be a lot of people out there very upset with that stat.
Listen,
I like it.
Minnesota Wild are 6-1-2 with 1 fight on the season.
Jeremy Lauzon trying to pick a fight with Vasily Podkolzin after just like what seemed like a nothing hit to me in the corner, and then getting his bell rung like that has to be the most embarrassing way to pick a fight.
See, so when you respond like that, I remember hearing Biz said something last night. When you aren't really watching the play and then you see something out of the corner of your eye, your player kind of like collapses in the board, something like that, you don't actually have a time to like, was that a clean hit, dirty hit? What exactly happened over there? So it's just an instinct, right? So they were talking about should there be a fight?
Was that on
after
the
every big
Emberson hit or was that on the Podkolzin one?
Well, he was talking about something else.
Oh,
It was completely different, but same situation here. When you're looking one way and then, at the corner of your eye, you see one of your teammates hit the boards hard, hit hard, something. You just respond in the way. You don't have time to go find the iPad and find out if it's a clean hit or not.
Yeah, that's been a narrative that's crept up on Hockey Fight social media recently is, why does there have to be a fight after every big hit? Well, I mean, that's just the reality of when you see your guy go down. And like you said, Rick, most of the time you don't actually see the hit that happens because they're hockey hits. And so it's in the flow of the game and you're not necessarily watching your buddy, but fans are forgetting that, we're watching the replay. And so we're seeing everything in slow motion and then you're seeing the reaction of it afterwards. But
what I think is amazing is I'm looking at hockeyfights.com right now. Last year, all season, the Oilers had 20 fights all year. They've got 7 already this year.
Damn.
Boys are scrapping.
Yeah.
Evander who?
No, that's good.
I'm just kidding.
That's good.
No,
When he
this
comes
is-
in, he's going to get another one.
But this is something good because they came out and they almost looked quiet. They were too passive when they weren't playing well, right?
Yeah.
And then it took the one fight against Philadelphia to sort of kind of get them going.
yeah. And again, you said it, right? You alluded to it, that there is some people that are not going to be happy to hear that stat, but
They just hate the fact that like a team can get elevated after seeing a fight.
but you can see it on the ice, and again,
track in a spreadsheet.
it passes the eye test when you watch it with this team, where the team has been flat, the team has had the slunk shoulders, the team has not looked like they are engaged in the game. All of a sudden, somebody comes out and throw the fists, and I don't know, it has to speak to you. You're sitting there now, you know that guy's not going to be on the ice for 5 minutes, and you got to go pick up the slack that he's left behind. I don't know, it just works.
I loved watching the slow motion replay on hockeyfights.com of when Podkolzin landed that one right on the button, and you see Lauzon's head just go bonk.
And
backwards.
he's a tough guy.
Yes, he is. Yep, absolutely. I don't have his stats
Just go
fresh.
hit in the right spot.
Yeah, you
is right on the button.
He fought Delorier last year, Radko Gudas, Sam Carrick, Middleton. Pretty experienced fighter.
and
that was only Podkolzin's second.
First one was against AJ Greer.
And I talked
Who's
to
a
Quads about
fighter.
it last night because Quads went, holy, Podkolzin just tattooed him. And I was like, yeah. I was like, what was his first fight like? He goes, actually, he got a black eye in that fight, and his wife yelled at him.
Do you know his second fight? It was
Last
in the
night?
American League
Oh, go ahead.
against Raphael Lavoie.
Who's that?
I don't know.
Never heard of him.
Me neither. All
Yeah.
Broberg.
I will say Lauzon's in a bit of the middle. I would say is the middle class in the NHL now for fighters. Not necessarily a heavyweight guy.
Well, he was
but
taking on some of the
Yep.
heavyweights there with those.
Yeah.
him and Sam Carrick have had a couple of goes.
They're probably in the same class, right?
Same
middle
height.
heavyweight or something like that. Yeah.
Not that we have official weight classes yet.
We should.
Should.
Ooh, you should start doing that on socials, like a pyramid kind of thing. Of
It's
like,
coming.
that'd be sweet. All right, there you go. Oilers. What else from that game? Zach Hyman got his first of the year. You could
Finally.
you could see the weight leave his shoulders as he celebrated that goal. But a beauty on the breakaway off a great feed by Darnell Nurse, who I thought played well too.
How dare you?
I'm just saying that was a 9.25 minute. No,
He was
I'm not doing that.
He was with Dermott, correct?
Yeah.
And he was playing the right side?
No, Nurse was on the left side. Dermott was the right side. But good pass by Nurse. Hyman gets his first of the year. That was good. Along the lines of the fights, I thought Ty Emberson had his first good game as an Oiler. And again, when you look at Emberson playing for the 4th consecutive game or whatever it is, has his best game. The trio up front of Podkolzin, Arvidsson, and Draisaitl has now had 4 games to kind of gel together, and they've given the Oilers a few good efforts. I think consistency helps.
Weird.
100%.
It's almost like a carbon copy of last season when we lead up to Jay Woodcroft's dismissal and the team just starts to kind of get into their lines and synced up, and then things just worked out for Nobby.
So last year we lose Woodcroft. This year we lose Connor, and that's when the team gets going.
Gets sparked.
So Connor next year is probably not going to start playing till middle of November.
Just sits right from the jump.
Was it? Oh, it looked like he took a puck to the ankle. The whole team thinks he's got a broken ankle.
Right.
It's a setup.
Yep.
I just love the way they responded because after the Columbus game, I was so irritated that there was no like, all right, boys, let's rally. They were just kind of like, I mean, it was a shit game from start to finish, but last night they were just buzzing.
Yep. That
Off
was
the
you're right.
first.
That's how I wanted them to look in Columbus.
And off
Yeah.
the hop.
Off the jump.
37 seconds in, and Arvidsson and Baselli too, his first of the year in Nashville. I loved it.
That
Revenge
pass from
game.
Draisaitl was so sick.
A nice puck retrieval by Podkolzin again
The
too
whole
along the
line.
boards.
Everybody did something on that line.
Draisaitl's 2 goals were both nasty. You watch those, and then you watch the goal against Pittsburgh too, and it's like, dude, shoot the puck more.
Yeah.
Like, he is such a good shot.
Such
he
a
just
good
seems
shot.
to never want to use it all that much. I know he had a 7-shot game a couple weeks ago, but man, when he's in his zone like he is, 8 goals now in 11 games for the big German. Last area I wanted to talk about, or second last area in this win over Nashville, with McDavid out, the Oilers didn't just recall one player, which again would have allowed them to continue accruing cap space. They went and called up 2 players. Kajula and Philp come up. Let's start with Noah Philp making his NHL debut, picks up an assist on the Corey Perry goal. It was great to see his family in attendance, getting all fired up and all that. But BM, what'd you make of Noah Philp in his first NHL game?
He's not going down.
If he plays
here.
like that, he ain't.
71% on the faceoff dot. I love me my faceoffs. 71%.
How many draws was it, though?
14, 11 to 14.
Wow.
He's big. He's quick. He makes good plays.
He's young and hungry.
He's young, hungry, and man, I just like the story blows my mind because if you think again, like Draisaitl talked about it after the game last night, he didn't play last year.
Yeah.
So to
He's
see
played
him,
like 25 to 30 games in the last 4 years or something like that.
it's
played
wild.
92 games since 2021.
That's crazy. So over 3 seasons, again, he had the 1 full year in Bakersfield, which I think counts for 72 of those 91.
70. Yeah, 72 of the playoffs.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So yeah, I like the way that he played, and I just can't see him going down again.
And he shoots right, which they desperately need to. A good right shot center to win draws. Rick, what'd you think of Phil?
I liked him. He got his opportunity, and I really liked his line. I like the fact
That line
they put
was
him out
good.
there, Drake, and I like the fact Drake was, and I used the word already, but tenacious. Everybody looked very assertive last night. Everyone was going forwards, and that's something this team needs to do. When they do that, they're going to be very hard to stop.
Also, the thing I do, my problem with Noah Philp, if I have one, why does he look so much like Ryan Nugent-Hopkins?
He does, but older.
Older, yeah, he looks like his older brother somehow.
It is worth
why
noting.
is that? How?
I saw someone actually. Dan, I'll let you go first,
Yeah.
then I'll make my point. But
I was just gonna say, to me, it's a little disappointing for the guys that had to come out of the lineup for it to have to happen. But I do think that was just kind of the kickstart that this team needed. Needed to see some more emotion. Needed to see a guy there that wants to be there and really wants to make his mark on this team.
Yeah, I think it shows the importance of having competitive battles within your lineup as well. Like having Kajula and Philp come up, obviously push Derek Ryan out of the lineup. And like I like Derek Ryan. I think he's had a really good career, and I think he actually had a much better start to the season up until these last week or so than people want to give him credit for. But you need to have guys who are going to push each other in and out of the lineup every night. And I think this is what Kajula and Philp are now going to be here to do. And hopefully it brings out the best of Derek Ryan as well.
yeah, I agree with you. Like that is the benefit that maybe I never really talked about of having the extra forward is like it puts pressure on you. If you are not going to go in and be hungry, you are going to sit. And I think if you're Derek Ryan now, you're sitting in the press box going, oh boy, when I get back in, I need to be going all out if I want to get my job back. And then
How does he get back in?
Well, there is that too. And I think, again, guys in the lineup who aren't playing good right now, I think Matthias Janmark should be sitting there going, okay, I need to start playing my best hockey because now Derek Ryan's sitting in the press box. They can just as easily make that switch too. Like, Corey Perry scored yesterday, so like again, he's safe. But like, if you have 2 bad games, you should sit because now we have that depth.
I also think Corey Perry's been playing pretty good.
He's had a good
He's
season.
had a great start to the season. Yeah,
Is it 4 goals or 3?
3. And 1 was waved off. Remember?
Right, so he has 3.5.
That's how they put it in the sheet. So Philp, we all like. I will one more thing.
He has 2.
Oh,
He has 2?
Yeah.
Those are
Did
stats.
he have
not
2
facts.
waved off then?
Stats, not facts. Or stats are facts.
stats for facts. How many assists does he have?
Uno.
Okay, 3 points. Not bad.
I knew it was a 3 somewhere. I just wanted one thing on Philp, and this was a question on mailbag the other day. Are you disappointed? Obviously, Holloway, Broberg, Lavoie, et cetera, all left this season. The Oilers lost a lot of youth in the lineup. But I think what isn't being spoke about enough, and I don't think these guys are necessarily better than those players, but like Emberson's only 23. Philps, I know he's a little older, but he's still so unproven. Like, even Gerventi played like NHL games. Like, the Oilers did get a little bit back that'll help them in certain spots. And I think last night was a good example of guys like Philp and Emberson of what they can bring to the lineup when they're playing at their best.
And again, when they have a chance, not in Philp's case, but in Emerson's plate.
Case.
Thank you, boys. See, good teammates pick each other up. When you give him a chance to keep learning from his mistakes. But with Philp, I don't want things. And again, you guys know I'm a huge Noah Philp fan. He is 26. I think we need to be a little bit careful with the upside. Like, I saw someone yesterday in our comments being like, him and Savoy are going to be the future.
Oh,
And I
no.
was like,
No.
Pump the brakes here. Pump
He
the
is
brakes
26
here.
years old.
Relax. If he can come in and be a really quality 4C, I'm happy.
That's a massive win for the Oilers.
Huge win.
Yeah. I just don't want people, again, he is 26. He's not coming up as a 20-year-old. There is limited upside here, but he could fill an important role still.
See,
What's his PK stats?
he does kill. I don't know what they are.
He only killed 10 seconds yesterday, but again, I think
That's for his first game, but
Derek
like,
Brassard levels.
when he was back in
How
Baco, was
dare
he
you.
killing penalties?
Yeah.
Because that's a spot that we need some help on, and a big body like that who can win face on the right side is a huge.
The other part of it, too, is, like we said, like, he hasn't played.
Yep.
He has no wear and tear on his body. He's 26, but like maybe his body is like
23-year-old,
what like a
26-year-old.
23-year-old could be, something like that. So maybe that's something to think about.
26-year-old in an 18-year-old's body.
The Benjamin Button conundrum.
Yes. All right. Last thing, and this does tie into our delicious debate. It is brought to you by the delicious new Nation Beer. Very excited to be partnering up with Odd Company Brewing to bring you the Nation Beer Everyday Lager, perfect for game day or any day. It's your new go-to lager. Find it at Odd Company Brewing. They have 2 locations in the Edmonton area or over with Liquor at Connect. Get your Nation Beer Everyday Lager now. They got a ton of good stuff going on at Odd Company. Not just the Nation Beer. How about weekend brunch, anybody? It's Friday. It's a good time to get one in. You go for a nice little brunch. Their food is so good. Start the day at 10 a.m. with the Odd Company weekend brunch menu. Check out their new Ritchie
Does that start
location.
on Friday? It's weekend, but Friday?
Probably Saturday.
I dig
Probably a
it.
Saturday, Sunday thing.
Brunch should be available 7 days a week.
Brunch is underrated.
It is. It's classy.
Underrated,
course.
overrated, perfectly rated. Brunch.
Underrated.
Underrated, Rick?
Underrated.
I think it's perfectly rated. I think a lot of people like
It gives you a morning meal that is acceptable to get drunk at.
I would say it's perfectly rated.
And
Over-
it's
overrated.
and it's a step up on your normal breakfast.
Get out of here.
Just have breakfast and then have lunch and move on with your day.
Yeah, but if you wake up at you wake up at 9. I'm not a big breakfast guy first thing in the morning.
I'm not either.
So I like to wake up, have my coffee, do a couple things around the house. Then it's like 10:30, and it's like I'm getting kind of hungry, but I don't want to have like pizza yet. I'm gonna go get brunch.
See, Liam is more of a one bird on the roof, 2 in the hand
Yeah.
kind of
But then what do you have for brunch?
bird.
Breakfast food.
Mimosas.
Exactly. So you're just having breakfast.
Exactly.
Anyway,
Yeah, but I'm
delicious
eating
debate.
it. Whoa, no, no, no.
You
But
have an
I'm
option.
eating it when I'm hungry.
Yeah,
It's the same thing as
breakfast.
Linner, you know?
Yeah.
That is confusing.
Lousy smart. Really.
That took me a split second
You
to
have a
realize
mimosa with
these-
breakfast, people look at you funny. You have a mimosa with brunch, they're like, yeah, here's a bottomless one for you.
Yep.
Yeah, whatever. Have some orange juice with your breakfast. It'll
I
be
like
fun.
both that Liam started that whole debate and then tried to move us off of it immediately after that.
You wanted to have a different take, and now you won't fight for it.
Back
don't
to
need
the
to fight
delicious
for it.
debate.
Many, many years ago, we used to have breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Back in the old country.
And if you wanted a snack before bed, it was called supper. You have some toast.
Wait a minute.
That's what we called it in England.
Supper was your before bed snack?
Yeah, I'd have a slice of
Supper and
toast.
dinner do the same thing to us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
supper, dinner.
No, not in my
Dinner
house.
is like fancy. Supper is
Yeah,
normal.
like you go out for dinner, but you don't go out for supper.
You have supper at home. You go
Yeah.
out for dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have people
Interesting.
over
Unless
for
it's
dinner.
Lupper.
You don't have people over for supper.
No. Whoever lives in the house has supper.
Yeah.
You bring people in or you go out, then it's dinner.
Unless it's Lupper, which is also different than dinner.
It's true.
So anyway, let
So
us
our
know.
delicious debate. How about Calvin Pickard? Gives up that goal 5 minutes in, then slams the door the rest of the night. It's now 3 straight games for him with a .920 or better save percentage. 2 goals, 1 goal against in those 3 games, and they're all wins. The Oilers have a back-to-back this weekend. Sunday against the Flames, Monday against New Jersey. Your delicious debate is this. Who gets which games? BM.
I am going to give Stu the Flams,
Okay.
and I'm going to give Pickard New Jersey just because I think he's just a little bit more dialed in right now. And New Jersey's a really good team. Flames are kind of struggling, and I just think like we need to get Stu going. I'm not saying the Flames are going to be easy, but I think that
I will.
okay. I think that I would give Skinner that one, and Pickard's playing great, so give him the tougher opponent right now.
Stu hasn't been playing terrible. The team's not playing very well in front of him, that's for damn sure.
I would say that.
agree.
I would say that
100%.
Skinner has been
Rick.
wildly inconsistent right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's not playing terrible.
He's had 3 games where I've been like, holy shit, I can't believe that went in.
What was the third game?
The
Because there was
game,
Winnipeg. He had a tough night against Columbus, and what was the other one?
There was was it Pittsburgh?
You got a shutout against Pittsburgh.
Nope. It was there was one where the one where I'm thinking of where he was
Dallas.
screened. Yeah, it might have been Dallas, where he was screened twice by the defenseman and
the
went to the
Duchesne
wrong
goal.
side
Oh, I don't remember.
of the.
Oh, I remember the Dallas game. I just don't remember.
Yeah,
those
maybe it
ones.
was the Dallas game that I'm thinking of. But yeah,
Like-
it just there's been enough games where he's not the starter for me right now.
I believe in Stu 100%.
Of course I do too.
But right now, I just think
But this is exactly what we wanted on Pickard.
Yeah. So I do
He did
think
exactly what he did last year. He came in at the right time, and Stu, found it, took his game up, and it happened in the playoffs, and it's happening right now.
So where the decision I think comes in is like, okay, if Pickard deserves the crease, the BOA is an emotional game for these guys. Are you giving Pickard the first game of the doubleheader, which is a BOA, which would be a nice little hat tip, like, hey, you're playing great.
Home
We're
and
giving-
road, too.
Home and road, yeah.
Might be something.
BOA is on the road. Do you give Pickard the hat tip and say, hey, lead us out for a BOA and, like, we trust you? Or, like BM said, do you give him the tougher start of the two, the second one? Dan, which way would you go?
I think right now I'm giving the start in Calgary to Pickard because it is still his net. I think you then give Skinner, New Jersey, back home in Edmonton in front of a friendly crowd. And then if that doesn't go well, then you can go back to Pickard against Vegas right after that.
Yeah, because you do play on Wednesday, correct?
At home,
So that's
yeah.
3 games in 4
3
nights.
and 4 nights, yeah.
Yeah, I think the decision comes on Wednesday more than this weekend because you have to split them either way. So I don't think it makes too big of a deal of what you do. But Wednesday you have to make a decision.
But what
like,
are you
who's
doing?
Wednesday. I'm going Stu, Pickard, then whoever does well. Because the thing is, like, we can sit here and say Stu had bad games, but when you look back at what the others just did, Stu got a shutout on Friday against Pittsburgh. Then they went straight to Pickard. So quite frankly, like, they're clearly not looking at the numbers. I don't
No, they
think
got
in
a
that sense.
rotation happening.
They're
or
just
something.
kind of like, hey, this is the game that he has. So I just think they'll go back to Stu because I think they believe he is a starting goalie. But Pickard is fully deserved to be in the conversation to start the game. He's played really well.
Can I put Brett Kulak on my naughty list for the way he tried to clear the puck dead center on the
Yes
PK?
and no. That puck was 4 feet off the ground, and he got lucky to knock it off with the shaft of his stick.
But he still went right down Broadway.
Yeah, but this is what it reminded me of because if you remember Carolina,
yeah.
Janmark tried to go around the glass and they kept it in. If Janmark fires it, sometimes you got to avoid the side because that's where everyone's watching it. You fire it down that way, and he got lucky.
So
It hit a
I'm gonna-
shaft and then dropped directly onto his stick, and he put it in net. That's
I'm going to pick
more
on
luck.
Janmark because he put it around the boards like
It was a bad
PB
play
The
player.
against
problem was
Carolina.
not that he went around the boards. The problem was that he ate shit and barely got the puck around the boards. If he would have
Yes.
hammered it, it's out.
Yes.
All right, so then he tripped, and then so it's even like it's just bad luck.
No.
Yes, it is. You just said he fell.
Their penalty kill is so bad. Why are
So
we
you're
saying
putting
it's
on him?
unlucky? I'm putting it
No,
on
that one specific play. If you're about to shoot the puck and you like toe pick or something, and you start to fall down, This is bad luck.
No, it's on you.
Elvis
You've
Stoico
never
would
toe
never.
picked. You've played a lot of hockey. You've never toe picked anywhere and said, "Well, that's on me."
I don't make $1.45 million to kill
It
penalties.
doesn't matter how much money you make. People make mistakes.
The penalty kill's
Not
making
allowed.
too many,
100%.
and I'm
There's-
over
I am-
calling him unlucky.
I
better.
am not saying the penalty kill is not playing terribly. I'm just saying that you see one play going around the glass. Sometimes it doesn't always work. So you fire up the middle, should have been just fine there. It got lucky to hit by the shaft of the stick, fall right directly onto his blade, and he got his shot off right away.
Penalty kill needs to cut
100%.
down
I
on the
agree.
dumbassery.
1,000%.
Where are you on
1,000%.
Kulak's play last night?
Dumb.
Yeah, I just
On
didn't
that
think like,
one play, sorry?
just the PK one where he threw it up straight.
I
up.
just think again, like these are NHL players. We can judge based on the result of a play. It resulted in a goal. It came off his stick. It should have went out. Dumb.
So Rick, I hear what you're
go.
saying that he knocked it down.
Sometimes you fire it up the middle. That's the right play to do. Sometimes 3 feet off the ice,
Unless
and he
Philip
knocks it down with the
Forsberg's right
shaft
there.
of his stick.
Honestly, up the
Good
middle,
on him.
I would have been fine up the middle there. I think sometimes it can be the right play. Got to get out.
I'll give you that.
But my thing is to your point, yes, you can get a fluke knockdown in either position, but if I knock down the puck on the glass, I then have to work to get it back into the middle.
They still scored.
versus dropping it
They
in the
still ended
slot.
up in the back
I
front
know,
net, that
but
one.
that's just the
Percentage
difference there.
game of it. I also think Janmark's delay of game penalty was dumb as hell.
Did you watch it? Because that puck flips up on his stick.
Oh my God, he shot it 90 degrees directly
Do
at the
you
side.
watch it?
I did, and I
You
don't
see
care
the
if
puck?
it-
The puck comes flat.
Yep.
And as soon as it touches his blade, it goes on its edge,
What was the upside of
firing it out of the middle of the ice.
Yeah, but he was going 90 degrees. It was
You're just
gonna-
firing it out of the slot to the side. 100%.
No, it flipped up on his stick, sure. But again, just make a better play. Like, we can judge based on the result here. Janmark has done that twice now this year, where it's just like, what are you doing?
If you go back and watch that play,
he scoops it.
no, he doesn't scoop it. It turns like this.
Liam, turn your
It comes like
laptop.
this and goes
But-
like this.
I guess my thing is on that play,
I've
like
watched
what?
it in slow motion 1,000 times.
But what is he trying to do there otherwise?
Just
Is
clear
he
the puck out of the middle.
He's
If
just
you-
trying to shovel it to the glass.
Just shovel it off to the
Liam,
boards. Yes.
Is that a scoop?
I think you can see what he's trying to do, and the puck does flip up on
Thank
him,
you.
but it's also a silly play to make in that
You're just trying to get the
position.
puck. If you
He's trying to clearly flip it over what's his name? O'Reilly's stick to get into that space and go.
Yeah.
And it goes fly. I think it was a dumb play
Went
too,
to,
but
like,
like,
the
it didn't work
15th
out
row.
for him 100%.
I think you can be unlucky in this game as well. Like I
You
think
can
that
be.
play on the behind the net was a bit unlucky. I think 9 times out of 10 you're getting that puck out, but they didn't. And you're not wrong in the sense of like the penalty kill's been brutal this year, and it needs to avoid those mistakes. But it didn't again. He went to one of the best scorers in the league.
Yeah.
So there you go. Anyone else? We're good.
And they won.
Yeah, they won. The only goal they allowed, by the way.
Just back to the Pickard and Skinner thing. The one area where I will say I think it would make sense to give Pickard Calgary is I'm kind of viewing these games without McDavid in 3-game chunks. Like, you got to survive basically 3-game chunks without Connor McDavid. If you beat
Rowing missing for 9, is that the number?
yeah, I think 9 would be like the optimistic number, right?
When do you have him coming back?
Yeah, what's your guess? Because when I saw 2 to 3 weeks, knowing Connor is just absolute freak mode,
He's already
I'm saying
skating.
10 days.
He was
max.
skating yesterday.
I know. That's what I'm saying. 10 days max.
So the 9th game of this would be Montreal, and then you have a back-to-back. The game next night you play Ottawa on the road.
In Montreal.
Oh, so he won't play on that road trip. Oh, you know he wants to come back to play
you
in
tell
Toronto.
him he can't play those two. He might not give 2 shits about Ottawa, but he wants to play Toronto and Montreal.
I have him coming back against Minnesota on the 21st, so he'll miss 10 games.
Can't see him missing that Toronto game.
Me either.
I know he'll want.
I
and
think he's going to be on that road
Especially
trip.
because he
that
was
would be
skating yesterday.
that would be 2.5 weeks, so right in the 2 to 3 week range. So
I wouldn't even be surprised if he's back on the 14th against Nashville.
Do we have a specific injury for him? Other than it's just his foot or ankle or
think
something?
They said an ankle injury.
yeah.
Yeah, they didn't.
Vig.
Yeah.
Cankle.
Anyways, back to, again. I think
He too thick.
break it into 3-game chunks. Put the guy who's playing the best in against Calgary, and that should be as close to an auto win as you can get. So Pickard's playing better. Give him that game. But I did look it up. Stuart Skinner, career Saddle Dome, 3-0, 966 save percentage.
See, and I was going to say, when we're trying to decide, I think you do have to dip into kind of what they have done in that arena or against that team or something like that to make it before you make your decision.
Yeah.
I still don't know what I would do.
Fair enough. All right.
This kind of reminds me of what would have been like 3 years ago when we were arguing. It's like, Costco or Mike Smith, and then it would just play the opposite of what
Oh,
we
yeah,
all
that
thought. It was
was-
like, nah, whatever.
Yeah, that's when I stopped like trying to like no goaltending, because we'd all be like, okay, we're going with this guy. And then we're going with the other guy. And everyone's like, oh, that's terrible. And then the other guy would have a great game. We're like, all right.
I think the other part of it too is like, say Skinner doesn't play well against Calgary, then you don't play him against Vegas. Do you trust Pickett to then play 3 games in a row when you play New Jersey, Vegas, Vancouver? Like,
Sure.
I don't know if I would. I think I trust him for a couple in a row, but then you just have to make the decision again against Vancouver. I think every game you have to make the
Game
decision.
game by game until Skinner's back on the rails.
I don't think he's that off.
No, I don't think so either. But like, I
He's
want
not
to
as good as he can be.
I want to see 3 straight good starts from him, and he hasn't given us that yet. Let's get to Ask the Idiots for our friends at Oodle Noodle. 15 locations in the Edmonton area. Is the giveaway done for a chance to win your trip to the Nation?
It's last week, this week. Last call, people.
Go to a Noodle Noodle. No purchase necessary. You just have to go to the location. You can sign up and enter to be entered into a draw to join us on the Nation vacation to Denver, which is now fully sold out. We're going at the end of November. Head to a Noodle Noodle today. You get 1 entry just for showing up. Buy a box of noodles, and you get a 2nd entry. Pretty good.
Extra hungry? Mega Box.
Mega box.
You can get it $3 off the Mega Box between 4 and 8 p.m.
So you do? Wow, that's a banging deal.
Yeah.
Get the Mega Box. You get dinner Friday. You have lunch, or maybe you have it for brunch on Saturday.
Or dinner.
So
What's the mega box here? We get 2 difference?
It is
Or
just
one giganto?
giganto box.
Ah, that's fair.
Yeah.
2 meals, 2 entries into the contest. That's a good deal. Visit Noodle Noodle
Great
today.
deal.
Ask the Idiots. Here's one I got for you guys. Actually, did we get any sent in? Maybe.
Look, run your routes. I'll see if
Okay, so here's one I have. So far this season, Stetcher, Perry, Nurse, Emberson, and who's the 5th one? Podkolzin have all fought. How many other Oilers will get into a fight this season?
Oh, that's a good question to ask.
2 others. I think
2 for sure.
I think Mark will get frustrated at one point and drop the gloves.
He tried to.
He did try, and then I think like I'll just say Kulak might get one as well.
All right, I'm going to go. Here, let me count here. I'm going to say Nuge gets in one this year.
Woo.
I'm going to say Brett Kulak gets in
by
one.
the other guy.
Okay, wait. I wanna write these down actually. So give me a second. Liam,
Sure.
you said you say 2 more.
Yeah, Mark and Kulak.
Okay. BM's going with.
I'm going to say Nuge gets in one.
Okay.
And whenever he does, the other person gets devastated. Kulak gets in one. Zach Hyman gets in one. And yeah, I think that's good.
Rick.
Oh, and Yanmark, so 4.
Okay.
4.
Yeah, Mark. BM's going with 4.
Yeah, I've got Yanni getting into one. I think you will see Kane find one.
Oh yeah, Kane's a good one.
Oh, then 5 then.
Liam, do you want to add Kane to yours?
No, I don't think we'll see him till the playoffs. So
Okay.
I think he'll fight in the playoffs.
Rick, you got.
And then I've got, so I got Yanmark, I've got Kane. And then I'll throw in like a Hyman. I don't think anyone's going to go with Nuge. I think they found out he's.
You fuck around and find out with Nuge a little bit.
Hockey fights Dan? This is your question.
Arvidsson's gonna fight.
Ooh.
Dan's got everybody else.
Has he
on the
fought
team.
before?
Yes, I want to say once or twice. I think Arvidsson's gonna fight this year, though. I would say Matthias Janmark.
twice. He's fought twice. Carl Haglund and Andrew Cogliano.
All right.
There you go. And then there was another one that I was thinking of on the defense. I think
Ekholm?
no, I don't know. I guess maybe Kulak. I could see Kulak grabbing somebody. So I'll say 3 more.
3 more. You're going.
And Josh Brown. Josh Brown.
You think he comes up?
Yes,
Oh, boo.
for sure. Sorry, Josh Brown's gonna get it.
I do not want to know the situation that brings
He's
him
drawn
up.
into the lineup. You just can write it down already.
It's wild. Matthias Ekholm's fought 3 times in his career. I thought that'd be higher. He doesn't.
Did you
like
also
to-
have
he doesn't-
Stetcher on your list?
Yeah, I'd
He
put
doesn't.
Colson, Stetcher, Nurse, Perry, and Emberson.
He doesn't win.
I will
fights.
say, yeah.
Ekholm
I'll say
loses.
Kulak, Janmark. I'm going to say we get an Adam Henrique fight at one point.
Come on, somebody drop
handsome,
Pickard
though.
or Skinner.
And I like
Oh, I'd love a
Stu.
goalie fight.
Dan's Arvidsson pick. So I will say those 4. Kulak, Janmark, Henrique, and Arvidsson. Has Henrique fought? Whoa.
Yeah.
A handful
For
of times.
a young man, Caden Goalie last year. Looks like
And
he's getting
last year he
seven.
fought.
He's actually he's just looking at it, kind of good for a fight a year over the last bit.
But a lot of those names,
kinda, yeah.
Jonathan Taves, Jerome McGinley,
Johan Larson.
Ryan McDonough,
Everyone remembers him.
not a like a lot of elite level, I would say, players there, and you just don't have many more of those in the NHL these days. Maybe a Kachuk though. Could see him fighting a Kachuk, Henrique versus a Kachuk brother.
What about Connor Brown?
I could see like something
Random.
just happening now that we know that Henrique's good for a fight a year. Like something just kind of happens around the crease or whatever, and he just squares off with somebody. I could see that.
That's where I see like Ekholm grabbing somebody.
That would be devastating.
Yeah, I would.
Did you see the screenshot last night after
His face?
Podkolzin's fight
Yeah.
where Ekholm was just like, "Oh my god," the best.
All right, second one I got for you guys. We're going to cut it down the middle and say the Oilers will miss McDavid for 10 games. They're already 1-0. Predict your record for the run without Connor. Again, assuming
games, 1-0.
it's in the middle, it's 10 games, dead on 3 weeks.
I'm gonna go 10. Oh, my math would have been wrong. I'm gonna go 5-4-1.
5-4-1, so they're going to go 4-4-1 the rest of the way. I'm good at math. Rick?
I have him with 6 wins.
Got one last night, so 5, whatever.
5-4 the rest of the way. I don't hate that. I am going to say they finish with a record of 5-3-1, and they really surprise us in this little run here. Pick up a nice tidy. What would that be? 600 points percentage?
Mm-hmm.
I do think you'll see this team play very well without him and do very well without him.
If they play like last night, they're gonna be a handful for anybody.
Mm-hmm. Liam?
Trying to figure it out.
Dan?
5-3-2.
5-3-2. What did I say? I said 5-3. 6-3-1. You're gonna go 5-3-2. Couple OT losses in there without number 97.
I think maybe Toronto and Vancouver in that scenario.
I'm going to say they get 7 wins.
Yes, I love you.
I think Calgary, New York would be good ones to get out the way. So there's 3. They have a lot. They have a decent amount of home games. I think they'll beat one in Vegas or New Jersey. So there's 4. Nashville, I think they'll beat them again. And then they'll beat Toronto. I'm assuming they'll win at least one on this road trip, which is Toronto, Montreal, or Ottawa.
Okay.
So that's 6, and then they'll win one of the last 2, so 7. And then whatever, I don't care. 7-0-4.
That's 11.
Yep.
Whatever. Good attempt.
How many do we need?
No losses, too. Or no real losses.
3. 7-0-3.
Point
like it.
streak.
All right,
Okay. There you go, boys. Ask the idiots. For
I
our
got one
friend.
for you.
Oh, perfect.
I found one. This one comes in from Scott. Very important
Sweet
question.
this.
Here we go.
Dan, would you rather have one eyebrow or no eyebrows?
Oh, boy.
None.
No eyebrows for sure.
Oh, man. I guess none.
You don't stand out as much with no eyebrows.
Yeah.
Pardon me, have you seen somebody with no eyebrows? You're definitely going unibrow.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you just meant one.
No, I think just like
No, I thought
shaving one
Yeah.
or shaving them both.
That would suck so much.
So
Shaving one.
you'd rather have just rock one eyebrow?
Yeah. There's somebody on... Oh, I don't know if I could say that.
Because I just think of like when I was growing up, one of my buddies, one of my best friends, his little brother, that friend group, when they would get drunk, if somebody passed out, they would always shave one eyebrow off. And then you had the decision to make.
How long does it take to grow back?
A minute. Takes a minute.
You roll
Do you
one.
want us to show you, Tyler?
You roll one. People aren't going to lay too much, but you have none. You're going to... Look at somebody that doesn't have eyebrows, man.
It's
Like, what was
It
that
is-
basketball player, Villanueva? He had no eyebrows.
Yeah, Charlie.
you can get away with it.
Wave.
You can pull it off. It's with one. You're gonna be emoting a lot of things.
Yeah,
You're
but no one's
constantly
really
giving the
like-
people's eyebrow.
There's I don't know, I think you'll get a little more sympathy. When you have none, you're going to stand out.
I'm going to bring my hair down if I had 0. Just
Hair?
all the way.
Just bring
Dude,
bangs
you roll
down.
that hat down.
Bangs, yeah.
Hair down, hat down.
Hat
can-
down.
It can take anywhere from
problem.
4 to 8 weeks post removal to notice new hairs, and the actual
To
brow
notice them.
the actual brow growth cycle can be anywhere from 3 to 4 months.
That's what I mean. Like, it takes a minute.
That's
Damn.
insane.
No, thank you.
0 reactions from Tyler for 4 months.
Yeah. So what did you pick, Tyler? No brows or one brow?
No brows. I'll let them go back even.
Do a little test right now. Put your hat down.
Or do you go one brow and then it's at least a story? Yeah, if you go one brow, people, one brow, because no brows, people might look at you and be like, what's wrong with that guy?
Yeah, there's
One brow, at least you can be like, it's a whole thing.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
so
okay.
used to people saying that all the time when they see me though.
I got thick eyebrows, so I think like if I only had one, it'd be really noticeable.
Damn.
But you roll the low hair anyways.
Yeah, I'd probably go no brows.
Yeah, actually, you could get away
I'd go
with
the
it.
Villanueva.
Shave it all off. Let's do it.
I'll just do like sweatband around
Well, no,
where the eyebrows
for
were.
3 months, you just have to do like the comb the hair down over the one that doesn't have one, and then you roll. Then you like really accentuate the one that is there.
See, but the thing is the options are endless without any eyebrows. You could just draw on whatever you want.
There you go,
any
like
day.
lightning bolt eyebrows.
Any day you want.
Well,
Just
if
change
you
it up.
have if you have one, then you can just draw the other one too.
No,
I
see,
will
you have
just-
to
there is
match
no
it.
drawing
No.
involved here.
See, no, you have to match it then. Without any, it's a blank canvas.
I just think that now that Dan mentions that, I could walk around with like a water soluble marker, and
get
whatever
them
my
tattooed these
mood
days.
is, I just adjust the brows accordingly. And then when my mood changes, I give him a quick wipe and redraw.
Got a whiteboard marker and a eraser in the other pocket.
What was that old toy that they used to be able to put the beard on and the
Mr. Potato Head?
Yeah.
no the magnetic face that you could just put the I don't know. Dating myself, it's fine.
One time, if you want to know the most angry I've ever made a girl in my life, has to do with eyebrows. I went as a +1 to a grad in grade 12. And my friend at the time, she has very light eyebrows. So she draws them on.
Mm-hmm.
And I was hammered. And I went, "Bleh," wiped it off.
They hate that.
I have never
You can get them
gotten in
tattooed now.
so much trouble in my life than when I wiped one of her eyebrows off.
That is wild.
I know a girl that she had to get them both tattooed. Like when she would draw them on, like it was.
Yeah.
If you saw them without, you're like, what is going on there? And then when she was done up, and you're like, okay, nothing stands out. And she got them like tattooed.
Does it look okay?
Yeah, you wouldn't even notice.
That's cool. Technology.
Maybe we should all get tattooed eyebrows.
All right. Let's get to our betting segment. It's brought to you by our friends at Bet365, the largest sports betting platform globally. Download the app today and use the promo code NATION. That's NATION, all capital letters. Use that promo code NATION. Sign up today. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. All right. I got 1 or 2 little rounds of Guess the Line and then a couple other ones. Also, worth noting, the Oilers, after opening the season as Pacific Division favorites, have fallen a hair behind Vegas in that race. Edmonton now up to +220 to win the Pacific. Vegas is at +210. But one thing I like about Bet365 is that they are always updating the point total projections for the year. Let's take a stab, boys. Edmonton, after their slow start's fallen a little bit. What do you think Edmonton's over-under is for total points in the regular season, Dan?
I'll guess still 103.
103, Liam?
I was going to say 101
101?
and a half.
101 and a half?
Yeah.
Rick?
We're playing Guess That Line?
Yeah.
What were they to start? Do you remember?
It was 110 or something
Yeah,
like that.
right around 110.
We'll put them at 104.
I'm going to go 102 and a half.
Liam wins 101.5, dead on the nose is the Oilers over-under, which feels like a pretty
He's got the
nice
face
spot.
of a cheater over there.
No, I only look at NFL futures on Bet365. Ask me any of them, I'll nail them.
What's interesting is the Oilers started worse than this last year and finished with 104. So I actually feel like homer bias stuff aside, it's a great bet on
What-
the Oilers at 101.5.
What's the price?
It's like -120 on the over. Like it's a good price. It's a pick or an over-under, right? The next one, Flames after their hot start. They finished with 81 points last year. They're starting to slow down here. What do you think their over-under is? Liam? You won, so you can go first.
I will say they're over under 90 and a half. Nah, it seems so high. 80. What was it start, sorry?
Well, last year they were an 81-point team. I don't know what they were to start this year.
Yeah, 90 was stupid. I'll say the same. 81 and a half.
Okay, Dan?
I'm going to guess it's 87 and a half.
Rick?
83.
Yeah.
84 and a half.
83.5. Good job, Rick. All right, and here's another one I got for you guys. I'm interested to see. No one look at my laptop because I'm going to have the answers up. Bet365 has a bet +320 on this year's Stanley Cup winner being a first-time Stanley Cup winner. So one of the franchises that's never won a Stanley Cup. So I'm going to go around the room. We're going to go turn by turn through you four. And I want to see if you guys can name. Liam, don't look at my screen.
I can't see it.
I want to see if you guys can name. Rick, you can't cheat and look at the standings.
I was looking at names.
Okay, fair. All right. Rick, give me a first-time Stanley Cup champion.
I
I feel like looking at your phone's
Winnipeg.
cheating. Yeah, Winnipeg would be on there. BM.
Vancouver.
Vancouver is on there. So in total, there are 3, 6. There are 9. So you guys got 2 of them.
Buffalo Sabres.
Yes. Yeah, because there's 10. I missed Buffalo on that list.
Utah.
Utah is correct. That's 4.
Columbus.
Columbus is correct. There's 5
Skipped
Hold
Rick.
on a second. Are we just
Oh.
saying teams that can win?
No,
That
I've
have
never
not
won.
that have not won the
That have
Stan-
not won the Stanley
never
Cup
won the
before.
Stanley Cup.
Oh,
Testing
we're just
our knowledge.
okay. I thought they still have an actual chance of winning.
Testing our knowledge.
5 more. I'm testing your knowledge.
Oh, what was the last one you said?
Columbus, I think.
Ottawa.
Ottawa's 6.
Seattle Kraken.
Seattle Kraken is 7.
Nashville.
Nashville is 8. 2 more, boys.
San Jose.
San Jose's 9. Who's the last one? It's a Canadian team. That gives it away.
Wow. Really narrowed it down for us. It's the Ottawa
He said Ottawa.
You said Ottawa.
Silver Sevens.
Oh, you guys said Ottawa already?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Rick
sorry.
did.
You're missing one more from the West then. Central Division team.
Nashville.
Said Nashville.
Said San Jose.
Minnesota.
Minnesota Wild. So you get plus 320 on, and the bet wins if one of Seattle, San Jose, Vancouver, Mini, Nashville, Utah, Winnipeg, Columbus, Ottawa, or Buffalo wins. So it's basically plus 320 betting on
Give your money away.
the Jets, Canucks, or Preds
I
winning
was
the cup.
going to say.
Giving your money away.
It's
Yeah,
a donation.
I just thought it was a cool bet.
It is a cool bet,
is
but
a
yeah,
good
you're just
one.
giving your money away.
The others won't be on that because they have 5. What is it for 5-time champs?
The next cup winner will be a 6-time Stanley Cup champion. You're just betting on the Islanders and Oilers to win the Stanley Cup. Yeah, why not? All right, there you go. That is our betting talk for our friends at Bet365. Oilers in action twice this weekend. Once on Sunday, taking on the Flames in the BOA. And then Monday, it's prime Monday night hockey. So just a reminder, if you're out there, the only way to watch the NHL on Monday nights in Canada is to watch it on Prime. So Edmonton, New Jersey is happening through your Prime account.
Just open it, and it's right there.
It's right there. But just be ready. I mean, I think a handful of us can speak to this, and I'm sure the listeners can relate. You are going to get someone in your family not technologically savvy who's going to reach out and be like, I can't watch the Oilers game. It'll be a grandparent, a parent, an uncle. Someone is calling you that day.
I already know my mom's going to be like, where's the game?
So I'm telling you guys, you got to put out a couple PSAs on all the socials.
Get ahead of it.
Probably Facebook.
Yep.
That's probably the most important one. Make sure it gets out there, so everybody finds out it's on Prime. 6:30.
All right, let's wrap up the show with our hot and cold performers. It is brought to you by Nation Gear. We have a new charity partner over at Nation Gear. If you guys remember, obviously over the summer, there were the wildfires in Jasper, and as the town looks to get back to a sense of normal, their minor hockey foundation needs our help. The Jasper Bears Minor Hockey Foundation, their rink is, it's not operational this year. So the kids in the town who want to get back to playing hockey, they have to travel for all their practices. All their games this year are going to be away games. They have limited facilities, and that obviously means an uptick in the cost for the teams to play. So we've launched the Jasper Bears hockey shirt for the Love of the Game collection on nationgear.ca, and the proceeds are going to go help support minor hockey in Jasper. So very excited to be partnering up with them. Kennedy did a fantastic job on the t-shirt design. It comes in a couple of different colors for the crew neck and the t-shirt. And again, it's a donation to help our friends in the Jasper Minor Hockey Association. Your hot and cold performers for the week. BM, you're manning the buttons, and usually you never get to go first because you host the show.
Yes.
So let me go first as we start with our veggies. Your cold performer of the week.
You know what? The children of the West End. I give you my cold performer. This makes 5 years in a row, not one trick-or-treater at my house. Now, the good news is that's a lot of candy for old bag milk.
Mm-hmm.
But I was ready. I was willing. I was able. So all you kids, fuck were you? Now I have to eat all this candy by
Did you
myself.
look out the window? Were they around? Did they just skip your house?
Just like in my
Were the lights
complex,
on?
like there's a lot of little families in my complex, but they just kind of go straight to the mall now.
Yeah.
I don't like that. The mall is not the place to go trick or treating.
But that's what like they get in their cars
it's
to the mall.
dark. It's a little scary. It adds to the whole part of Halloween.
It's
Stop
part of the fun.
Yes.
It's part of the fun. So children, all of you.
Are you thrilled? I'm not.
Parents, stop taking them to the mall.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rick, cold performer of the week.
It wasn't even cold last night.
No, it's gorgeous. It's the fact that Halloween is like in the middle of 2 weekends. So through work, I have 5 dress up fucking days. So I'm done with this shit.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, because like Friday and Saturday. Now.
Friday, Saturday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Terrible.
What are you
Rough.
going as?
So last Friday was open, so I did like this Ace Ventura type costume when he's at the mental hospital.
Oh, yeah,
He's
I
got
saw
the
you there.
tutu on, yeah. And there's that one. Then Saturday we did Nightmare on 109th Street, so I had some sort of Grim Reaper thing going on. Last night I just pretty much did whatever. Tonight we didn't have a theme, so we voted on it, and staff voted I have to go as Hugh Hefner. And then tomorrow we're doing Day of the Dead, and so I bought a costume and let's do some mad face paint.
My car is having some troubles. The burning oil has become more burnier. So if anyone has any answers for me, let me know.
We have
There-
been hoodwinked,
There you
bamboozled, led astray, run amok, and flat out deceived.
You want us to go out there and fix it as a crew? I'm sure between the 5 of us, we can figure it out.
Yeah, I put some oil in last week. I thought, I'll give it a week and see what it looks like. And it wasn't awesome this morning.
Try adding more oil.
That should help.
Dan,
You got to use motor oil, not canola oil.
Vegetable oil.
Been using
next time.
vegetable oil.
Yeah,
Save the
vegetable
environment.
oil's got a higher burn temperature or whatever the fuck.
My cold performer of the week is going to go out to the people that not the people that put out a bowl of candy, but it's going to go out to the people that put out a bowl of candy and then get upset when that bowl of candy gets emptied. I know I've heard a lot of wholesome stories today about people refilling bowls or not having their bowl of candy taken completely. But to me, if you put your bowl out there, you just have to accept that some kids are idiots, and it's just the way it's going to be.
It's
so
the parents
people that
too.
complain get the cold performer of the week.
Worse.
I like the ones though that last night I was cruising Twitter and you see the people that just put out ridiculous shit out front, like take 3 rips of this vape and then move on.
1 pierogi per kid, and there's like a bowl of cooked pierogies.
I would have
It was like on The
I would have run a
Sopranos.
lawn chair and just sat there.
It was like there
on
was
the door.
a fake Sopranos account or something on Instagram, and it's just like 1 gabagool per person. And I just think it's very funny.
That's good stuff.
Ty?
My cold performer of the week, Yankees fans. Those 2 Yankees fans that reached over the railing and grabbed
loved
Mookie
it.
Betts' glove. And then after, one of the guys was asked for comment by The Athletic and was like, oh, the ball was kind of up for grabs. And then next thing I know, Mookie was swearing at me. Not good. It's like, dude, the problem in this whole thing is not...
We all saw the video.
I loved it.
And then also, like, it does kind of drive me nuts in 2024 that something like this happens and these guys are made into be like celebrities, and like ESPN did a story on them, and the ESPN writer, who's like their national writer, was like caught up with them at a bar. They're buttes. And
Yeah.
it's like, no, they're not. We can't encourage this kind of behavior as a society. Those fans get my cold performer of the week and the reaction to it.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
What I will say though is the look he had on his face as he was holding the glove.
He's trying to
is
rip the
so
ball out.
funny.
They had a great system. Like, hey, listen, this is our area. And when the ball comes over here, we're going to defend it. And we're going to defend, like, if we're on the field, the Yankees are on the field, we will make sure the fans do not get involved. I love that they went there with a system, and they followed through with it.
It's crazy to me that they got a refund, though.
Yeah.
They got a refund?
Did they really?
So I have no issues with them doing it. I also have no issues with them being thrown out. I think
Yes.
that I'm cool with both
Fair
things.
game.
That's where it goes. The fact the Yankees were like, I mean, you guys can go back tomorrow. I was cool.
The Dodgers are like, no, they can't.
I kind of wish the Yankees won that game because I think the Yankees should have flown those 2 guys out to L.A. and just plopped them somewhere.
They would
You
have
don't
gotten
gotta
their
be on
asses kicked in
You don't
LA.
got to be along the baseline. Just like plop them out there, and all of a sudden, if the Yankees come back and win, they've got their like toonie in the ice thing. Those guys were in the games. We brought them back. We flew them out to L.A. They won. They're the toonie in the ice guy.
Instead, they watched it at
the
Barstool,
Looney.
I think. At least the one guy did.
Yeah. Well, they let the other guy back in. The wrist grabber that got back in the next game.
Did he?
Yeah.
I didn't see that
I
anyway.
thought they were banned from
someone
Game
told me
5.
that day. Wrist grabber was allowed back in. Other guy was not allowed back in.
Okay.
Good call.
Good teamwork too by them.
Good memes, though, that came out of it.
Yeah.
Like, the memes were electric. Anyway.
Hot performer of the week, boys. Let's flip it around. Dan, I'll let you go first.
My hot performer of the week is going to go. It's going to be a very personal one, but it's going to go to my wife, who was named as the Top 100 Award recipient in the Emerging Leader category for the WXN Top 100 Women of the Year Award this week. So just a special award for her. Wonderful lady, and the reason I'm still able to keep doing what I'm doing. So she gets my Hot Performer of the Week.
Woo! Friday, baby! Yeah, let's celebrate Friday! Woo!
Lehman.
Me, hey? My hot performer of
Giving
the
it to
week.
yourself.
Did Grandma figure out your name, by the way? Or are you still Lehman?
Baba? She's no, it's just kind of is what it is. I love Halloween. Now that I am a homeowner, I'm gonna give a shout out to the 57 kids that came to my house last night,
Oh, nice group.
and it's pretty good. I like seeing all the kids have
What kind
fun.
of
with
candy
it.
handing out?
I gave out just that generic bag of like the Nestle chocolates, some Hershey Kisses.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not do that?
And then you had to get more in the middle of the night.
Yeah, and then some high chews. So it was a busy night. I love Halloween. I love seeing all the costumes. My favorite one was this kid dressed as a Lorax and was just in a full orange suit and had like pillows under them. And then another one was there was this little girl. She must have been like maybe 1, 2, whatever. And she was coming to the door, and her dad was slightly ahead of her. And she was dressed as an ice cream, but in like a full snowsuit. And she lost her balance and just like fell back on her butt. And I just thought it was the funniest thing. Couldn't keep her balance.
Pour it on!
A lot of weight.
I should say I didn't have 0 trick-or-treaters. I had 2. Unfortunately for them, I was walking my dog about a kilometer away from my house. And on the sidewalk, they went, trick-or-treat. And I'm like,
Just
I don't have kids.
bag of crap.
I got a use Zin in my lip.
Rick.
I had some throughout the week that I kind of forgot about, but I know the Tampa Bay Lightning just sold, right?
Yeah.
And he made paid out to over 300 employees $20 million.
Yeah, so he bought the team for $100 million or $110 million, ended up selling it at a valuation of $1.8 billion, and he gave everyone
$20 million to over not to each person, but spread out $20 million over 300 people.
I was at first, my math was like, he just gave away all his profit.
That is cool though that
That's
he gives
awesome.
back to all the employees. Yeah.
Amazing.
Normally they get nothing.
He's a hot guy!
Maybe
Yeah.
get a golf shirt or something.
I sold my company for $2 billion. Here's a towel.
Well, yeah, I'm sure you saw that Amazon post that's going around where they had like their best quarter. And it's like, here's a pixie stick because you got to stick with it or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with our big, handsome German. We need him to elevate his game with Connor McDavid out, and he did that in a big way last night. So I'm taking the easy one off the board.
The big guy is smoking hot.
I am going to give mine to interviews. Liam and I had a chance to interview Eric Zabrowski. Selfishly wanted to plug that because it was great. He told us a bunch of really good stories about his, month and a half in the major leagues. But also our guy Frank Saravalli had an exclusive one-on-one sit-down with Connor Bedard. You can find it on the Daily Face-Off YouTube. It is very well done. It shows you a little bit into the mind of Bedard and how he sees the ice. It's really cool. Check it out on the Daily Face-Off YouTube.
If you are going to go watch the Bedard interview, please watch it on the Daily Face-Off subreddit. Thank you.
Put some respect on my name.
Oh, we have one of those?
We do.
Sick.
Little Sided Desk project. Go subscribe to the Daily Face-Off subreddit, please.
Giddy up. All right, BM, do you want to hit the outro music?
I do. Bear
We
with
got
me.
2 games this weekend, boys. So let's go. Dan, score prediction for each. Edmonton, Calgary, Edmonton, Joyzy.
Edmonton, Calgary, let's say 4-1 good guys. And then New Jersey, let's say 3-1 bad.
Liam.
I say they win both. 1-5-3 in Calgary, and then like 4-2 in Edmonton.
5-1 in Calgary, then they'll lose 5-2 to Jersey, right?
5-1 Edmonton, 4-2 Edmonton.
8-1 Edmonton, 12-1 Edmonton.
All right, big shout out to Nation Gear, Oodle Noodle, our friends at Odd Company, and Bet365. Everybody tuning in, have yourselves a great week and enjoy 2 hockey games, and we'll recap them all on Tuesday. What's up, Nation citizens? If you like that video, then you need to be subscribed to the Oilers Nation YouTube. Podcasts, live shows, exclusive interviews, and analysis. Everything you need from your favorite voices at Oilers Nation. And you don't want to miss any of it, so hammer that subscribe button.